During an Agile project, the team notices that the time spent on daily stand-up meeting frequently exceeds the recommended 15 minutes limit. The Scrum Master seeks to ensure these meetings remain both effective and efficient. Which of the following actions should the Scrum Master take to address this issue? Now, some of you may start thinking, what is this Scrum Master and what I have to do? I'm a project manager and I'm giving an exam for a project manager. So Scrum Master, you can assume, is a team level facilitator. If the Scrum Master can facilitate the execution of iteration/sprint, it's a great thing. And I, as a project manager, should be helping the Scrum Master in doing that. If the Scrum Master is missing in the question, I can also play the role of a Scrum Master, which means as a project manager, I can do all the things which Scrum Master is expected to do in Agile in my project as well. So we can read this question as say team level leader is looking for advice on managing this thing, or you are a team level leader or you are a project manager who is facilitating daily stand-up and you want to improve it. The another pointer in this question is, you might have learned about your Scrum meetings. There are some recommendations to keep the meetings effective. And the daily stand-up, also known as daily Scrum, has a recommendation of running in a 15 minutes. For a PMP exam, it is not like we have to memorize, it must finish in a 15 minutes. We are hybrid. Yeah, we need to do a context-based things. But the question is clearly indicating that something is missing in a facilitation. So I should not be focusing too much on 15 minutes as a number. I should be focusing more on that I have an ineffective meeting and I want to make it more effective by way of facilitating it better or by way of educating the team in a manner so that they can facilitate and run it better. Which option I will prefer? I will prefer if team can solve that problem. If not, then I will probably facilitate and point something towards the direction so that they can solve the problem. Yeah, that is something we are looking for. Let's see what all options we have. Option A, enforce the time limit strictly by cutting off the discussions and scheduling separate meeting for detailed discussion if necessary. Possible option. You can say we can have a rule to finish the meeting on a given time and we can do a meet after that, only involving the people who wants to discuss or have a little detailed conversation. Many a time people follow this particular rule. Now, should I do it as an enforcement or should I do it as an agreement? That's the only trick. Yeah. So I keep this option as a open option if I don't get anything, because I only have a problem with that the question indicates I am the one who is enforcing it, rather than team enforces on themselves that this is what we will do. If they do it, it's a perfect thing to do. Yep. A perfect idea which can work probably. Option B, allow the meeting to continue as long as needed, as long as the team finds them useful. Possible, yeah, but the question is indicating something different. Question is indicating that you have a problem and you want to find out how to effectively manage it. Not doing anything and keep running it and says it's a team which they can decide if they want to continue like that. Probably not a good idea, especially in this question context. Let's see option C. Rotate the responsibility of facilitating the meeting amongst the team member to foster engagement and accountability. Possible option, yeah, but not necessarily right, because you may have a better mechanism of handling these things. Yeah. Option D, remind the team to revisit their working agreements and plan the meeting agenda to stay focused and within the time limits. Now, you might have seen a similar question before, because the meeting questions are pretty much repeated, but you need to focus on the options also. Same question may give you a different answer because the options are different this particular time. So this option is basically saying that, yeah, why don't I help my team to remind them about their team working agreement and they take care of it. How can I remind it? I can do it in a retrospective meeting. I can do during the daily stand-up also, after the daily stand-up also, that guys, what is the agenda? What is the agreement about this running the working daily stand-up? And how do we ensure that our agreement remain consistent? How do we meet that particular agreement? And if there is something which need to look into, we can talk about it, remodify the agenda, remodify the agreement. So it is little softer approach. I'm not enforcing, I'm not fixing, I'm not driving it. But at the same time, it is not too let go approach where I'm saying let the team do whatever they are doing. That is also not there. So it is saying I will remind them about their team working agreement and help them to improve their agenda so that they can have effective daily stand-ups. Yeah, so that seems to be a good option here. So this particular question, if we talk about PMP exam content outline, maps to people domain task 2 because you are leading a team. You are demonstrating leadership skill here. You are assisting them as well as giving them space to be self-organized. So that's coming very clearly. This also maps to task 12 in a people domain, which talks about define team ground rules, which also talks about ensure the ground rules are really followed. Yeah. So following the meeting in a 15 minutes is a ground rule kind of thing. You have an agreement. You have an agreement made that we want to do it in 15 minutes and you are not doing it. So I need to make sure that those rules are reminded again or revisited again. Yeah? So that's the thing. From a topic perspective, yes, we spoke about daily stand-up, we spoke about agile approaches, we spoke about agile ways of facilitating team. Yeah? That's something we explored.